Hi, in this video we are going to discuss about JavaScript promises. So in web development, async programming is a notation for being a challenging topic. An async operation is one that allows the computer move to any other task while waiting for an async operation to complete. So async programming means that time consuming operation don't have to be bring everything else in the program to an halt. And also the web development make us a sync operation operating like making a network request and querying to a database can be a time consuming platform. Sometimes the db is down, sometimes the service is not responding, but javascript allow us to execute other tasks while awaiting their completion. So what is promises? Let move toward the promises, and let me open the Visual Studio, or you can also like open Visual Studio in your if you are watching this. So let me close it. Then I already have created one folder which is project. I'm opening this and it's open, and I already show you cls android dir to check whether like in which directory I am. So as directory is empty, it will not return something, so I'm creating one folder as project underscore js. As you can see, it's created, so move towards project underscore js, and I'm also creating source folder, so md src, and then also move to cd src, and then put cls to clear the command. And you can create that new file using control n and then save it inside the source and give it as main.js and save it. As you can see, a javascript file is created. So let me show you what is mean by nothing promises. So a promises is an object that represent a eventual outcome of an async operation. So let me write down and promises. So as we move forward, let me show you promises have three parts. First one is pending, and then we have another one which is fulfilled, and then we move toward rejected. So promises pending means the initial state the operation is not yet completed. We only make the request to the server. Server take time to respond. On the base of respond, if it's fulfilled, and then we move towards pending to fulfill. And if got rejected some like due to server issue or due to database or due to some query issue, so it's moved toward pending to rejected. So if the operation is fulfilled or success, we move towards pending to fulfilled category, and if it's failed or rejected due to some reason, then we move toward the rejected category. So we often say the promises is settled if it's no longer either in fulfilled state or in rejected state. So how we can consume the promises? Let me show you. We can consume the promises in such a way that we have two function, which is our resolve or reject. If resolve is a function with one argument under the hood, if it's put into the resolve will change the promises from pending to fulfill, and the resolve function is get executed. And we have another function which is reject, is the function that take a reason or an error or as an argument under the hood. It will invoke the reject function, and then the status will change to pending to fulfill. So let me show you what I mean by this. So I'm creating one more program for your understanding. So let me create some data. Firstly, creating some data as constant underscore data. Say in a shop we have Windows PC, as say put it as 20 PC, so Windows is always high, and then Mac as 5, and say I also put iPhone under the category S10. Okay, the shop has the following stock, and so this is our data, this is our data, and move towards. Okay, so we already have our data, and then move towards promise function. So a promise function, as I'm writing is down as my executor, and then it will take two arguments, as we have resolved or reject, and I'm using the arrow operator from ES6 version of the JavaScript. So it's check whether the iPhone is available in the stock or not. So we have underscore data, and then dot, we have iPhone. If it's greater than 0 means it's present. So we invoke the resolve function. So resolve is there. Okay, not resolve, put it as resolve only, and then printing what it will say, your iPhone is booked, or iPhone booking, order proceed. Okay, so proceed or process, whatever you write, and then move toward the else block and write it down. Okay, let me like move towards in this way so it's suitable, and then we have a reject function, and then in a reject say like put iPhone is not available in stock, and then we can execute the function with the help of executor function. So we have one more, which is our executor function. So executor function is something we have like put order. So constant, I'm putting as order iPhone, or you can simply invoke this function as my executor. So you can simply invoke in this manner, but it's not a function, it's simply assigning a variable into another variable. So let me put or describe it as a function, then using arrow operator from ES6, and then I'm returning that with a new, and then promise, and then passing the promise as my executor, and then printing the value over here using console.log as order iPhone. You can choose this, or simply you can put it in this manner, like assigning into another variable as order promise. So let me show you how it's gonna work. So you can assign its order, then promise as say we have order iPhone function, and then let me put it as order promise in the console. So this is our log method, so it will print and save it using control S. If you want to execute, you can execute this by using a node command. So let us check what are the file present. You can put dir to check the file. See, it's node.js main.js is present. So clear the console and then write it down as node main.js file. So say if promises get resolved, so iPhone book order proceed. Why? Because the value of iPhone is greater than 0. So if I make it to 0, say like all the iPhone get sold out in a day, if we try to run it again, say it will like reject it, the iPhone is not available in the stock, and it gives some kind of error. So that's how that promises will work. So if the function will move into pending to fulfill, it will fulfill that is of whatever we are expecting that thing. If not, it's rejected due to some kind of issue. In this program it's rejected because iPhone is no longer available in the stock. So we have one more function which is set timeout function. Let me erase all this and put this thing as set time out time out function. So set timeout function is nothing but a, it's a function which will like put some kind of condition or some kind of sleep in the program, knowing that a consumer. So like we already learned about how these promises will execute from pending to fulfilled and failed state. Say one calculation takes some time, so we have like large number of calculation in our like say large number of calculation in our projects. So somehow it take time to server to respond. While using async operation, we can directly proceed it forward against that. So moving forward, we will simulate this by providing you the function with the return promises, which it will settle after some time. To accomplish that, we have using set timeout function. So what is set timeout function? Set timeout function is a node API, a comparable API which is provided by the web browser that uses callback function to schedule tasks to perform after a delay. A set timeout function has two parameters, a callback function and a delay in the millisecond, how much you want to delay a particular task. So let me show you with a very quick example. So say here we am putting as const and say delay hello, and I'm making as a function using the arrow operators, and then printing in a console.log over here, and then printing at hi hurry this side, and then putting it as a set timeout function, and then putting in a this manner as we have delay hello, then separated by how much millisecond we want to delay. Say I want to delay for 200 millisecond, that's okay. Save it using Ctrl S. Let me clear the console and run this file using node main.js. As you can see, it will execute after some delay. It will not execute if I like put directly over here as we have delay hello function directly calling. Say you can I'm putting console.log over here, and then say it will present after delay. So save it and try to run it. See, you will get after 2 second delay. See, I hear you this side. So that's how this thing well. We can also put under the condition in such a way that it will get resolved. So how we can proceed it with, we then proceeded with that using return and say promise and putting as name as function using camel case, putting f in the uppercase, and then it will take no parameter using the arrow operator from ES6, and I'm returning new promise, say returning new promise, and then we have inside it we have resolve comma reject, and inside this I'm using the arrow operator. So that's how we can put a set timeout function over here, and then after that one more braces, so it will have nothing, and then we can put as say it will like gonna resolve. So we have resolve, and then it will print hi this promise is resolved. or we can make that delay after that curly braces, which will gonna point to this one, and then I'm making a delay as 100 second. So that's how you can describe a function with the help of this. And you can also like put some condition over here. So let me put as promise equal to return promise. So based on the condition we can also put as reject state and all this. So let us describe with a very quick example. So I'm printing two lines. So console.log, hi, this is hi, this is first line of code, and we also have const using simple timeout. So that's how I'm defining a variable with their similar name, so it's easy to understand. And then we can also log this value as hi, this is middle line of code, and I'm executing this using set timeout function, and then using sto, and then 2000 millisecond delay, and then printing as console.log over here, hi, this is last line of code. Save it using Ctrl S and clear the console using cls command. Try to run using node main.js. As you can see, it will like say it will come in the simple format. If I comment this line and then simply execute using sto, so it will come in this manner. Okay, say okay, I didn't save it, so now run it. See, okay, that's not the db script now. Yeah, it's fine using cls. I'm putting as cls and then print it, and then using the zz operator and then saving it and run it. So you can easily identify, like, without that set timeout function it will print in the line wise format. With the help of set timeout function it will print after certain delay whichever you have provided with the given pair of inputs. So in this example we have provided the 200 millisecond delay, so that's how it will work. So we have one more thing, which is consume promises. Say like put it as consume promises. In the initial state of an async promises, I already show you in the initial state it's in pending state. We have only made the request. The server takes some time to either fulfill or to reject it, but we have a guarantee that it will settle. How do we tell that computer what will happen after the promises get failed or gets executed? So promises object come with an simple mp name method, which is dot then method. It allow us to say I have a promise. When it's settled, then here is what you gonna happen or what you gonna do. Say simply take example of a washing machine. So we have put clothes in a washing machine and then like turn it on. After that it will like dried out all the clothes. Then we have to put another pair of clothes in that. So that's another pair we have to put, that is called our then block. So we have said like, hey, your task is completed, then you have to move toward that task. So that's how we can proceed with multitasking in the Node.js. So move toward the consuming promises. So consuming promises has also that two method which I initially show you, which is on fulfilled. So let me write it down for your convenience. On fulfilled as well as on rejected. So unfulfilled has a success handler. It should contain a logic of promises resolved. And the second handler, which is our on reject, is a failure handler. It will contain the logic of the promises pending. So like you can just check with a like very good example. Let me show you. Saving it. We need one more file. So let me create using control and then save it. Save outside the source. In source we mainly contain only like the main file. So here I'm putting as library file. So library, and then putting as .js. See, it's outside the source folder. If you collapse it, you can able to see. And then its folder I'm putting or declaring my data as Windows. Say simple also, we are putting the similar data. And then iPhone over here, which is say simple 10, and then put as const and then check inventory, then put it as a order. So we have order. Let me return the new promises. So return new promise which contain the method of resolve as well as reject. So resolve comma reject, and then using the arrow operator I'm defining it. So we are putting a set timeout function. Then set timeout function has no input parameter, so we can do in that format. So it will check the stock. Okay, so check stock, or say check data. Okay, the stored data, or simply put it as a stock. So stock is also like simply kind of the data. So we have order dot every, and then I'm using as item. So iterate through the item using data, which is first provided by item of say 0th index, which is our first data, and then it should be greater than or equal to the item which is our inventory, and then checking the conditions. So if that check stock is there, so you can put resolve and then put like say thank you, your order is placed, or in the else condition we can put as reject, and inside the reject, sorry, the product is not available, or you can put some kind of statement whatever you want to put. And I'm providing the 100-second delay, or 100 millisecond, not the second one, it's 100 millisecond. And then I'm exporting the module using module dot exports, and then whatever we want to export, we are just simply exporting the check inventory. So save it using control S, then come to your main.js. So simply here you have to import. So firstly I'm importing using const and then say check inventory. So I have to require, and then inside the require we can put as the path, as you can see, library and that .js extension. So save it. If you like have any doubt, you can just simply print it using console.log, or just replace the date inventory with the data. So just for checking purpose, you can put the data over here. So save it and then print the data. Save it and put cls to clear the console and try to run that main class. As you can see, data is getting, so our function is working correctly. And then I'm exporting the check inventory from the library.js. So we have handler success, so let me put as handle says success, and then it has that resolve value. So resolve value, and then using the ES6 version. So I'm printing the same using console.log over here, which is our resolve value. Then we have one more, which is the failure handle. So I'm using the same as handle, which is failure, and then putting as reject value. Then using the arrow operator from ES6, printing console.log over here, and then we have reject value, or we can simply use the then function over here, which is using check inventory function, and then passing the order. Okay, so we haven't created the order, so let me create the order. Say I want to buy a Mac. Say I want to buy a 2 Mac, and also I want to buy iPhone, which is like iPhone. Say I want to buy 2 pairs, and then you can pass the order over here. And after then, as you can see, JavaScript will promote n number of white space, so I'm using in a that format, so that's also like very suitable. So and then like after then it will check, it will just check whether it will like go to handle success or handle failure. So I'm invoking handle success over here and handle failure over here. So putting handle failure, then save it using Control S, clear the console using CLS, try to run it. It will take. So thank you. Your order is placed. Why? Because iPhone and Mac are also available in such a way. So if I increase the value, as Mac is available only 5, if I increase the value of say 10, save it and try to run it, it will like throw me an error. Sorry, the product is not available. Why the product is not available? Because we don't have the kind of stocks in our say database. So it will check from that with using that order every function. So every function will like iterate this thing to over all the items which we provided in the order. So it will iterate the Mac and then checking like how much number of Mac is present. So in this case we have 5 Mac, but here we have provided that 10 Mac. So that's how it will just pass that to handle failure. So in this way we can use .then function. So we also have using catch with promises. So one way to write clear code is follow the principle of called separation of concerns. So separation of concern means organizing code with a distinct section, each handling a specific task. If unable, used to quickly navigate our code and then know where it's look. Sometimes it's remember. So remember, dot then will return a promises with the same settle statement, or it can also return a promises with no appropriate handler are provided, and then implementation allow us to separate our resolve logic from our reject logic. Instead of passing both the handler, we can pass the resolve value in dot then method, and we can pass the resolve value in the dot resolve method. So how you can put that thing? So we can also put using, say, we are passing dot then over here, we can pass in such a format. So let me put it as a check inventory, and then we are passing order, and here I'm passing dot then over here. We can also pass in this manner as resolve value. So resolve value, or and then it will print console.log only reject value. So we have resolve value over here, and we can also use dot then operator, and then passing the first parameter as null, and then only passing the second parameter, which is reject value, or say as reject handler we can pass. So let me put it as handler, like handler failure, and then here we have to pass this thing handle success, then treat handle success, handle failure, and then using ES6 function, ES6 arrow operator of JS6 version. Let me print this console.log and then put it as handle success. So handle success, sorry, handle failure is here, handle success we already implemented. So save it. If you try to run it, it will run in a similar format. See, if you put it over here as, say, put it as instead of Mac, like simply put it as, say, we have 5 in our inventory, we are putting to 2. Save it, try to run it. As you can see, we have this thing. Thank you for your promises. Or instead of using double then, we can simply use dot catch, which is our dot catch method, and simply you are passing only that handle failure. So save it, and now you can run it. You can got this thing. So that's how you can use a double then or double dot then and run dot catch method. So we also have chaining multi-purpose. So one common pattern is we see with the async programming in multiple operation. We demand on each other to execute that must be executed in certain order. For example, if we want something, then like say we are go to the e-commerce website, then it will print some kind of message. So firstly we are gonna buy, then it will show your cart is added or your product is added to a cart. Then after a payment it will say payment successfully, then after it will say that order is successful. But simply understand how that logic is flowing. But let give us another scenario. Before making its payment, it will show like order is successful. So why you do a payment? So that thing I'm going to describe. That chaining multiple promises there. So promises have to execute it in a certain order. We might make one request to the database or use the data returned to us to make the another request, and so on. So the process is called chaining promises together, are called composition. So promises are designed with composition is mind. mind. So here is the simple promises chain. I'm gonna show you with the help of code. So let me create one more good example. Mm, and then we have, say, like putting it an example. So let me clear it out, then putting the multi-line command, save it, clearing the library, or you can also clear the library and just returning a data. But say like I'm putting some more kind of data, which is our const, and then say in a store. So we have multi-purpose store which have, say, it has sunglasses, which is in the format of inventory. It has like 8117, and the cost is, say, we have 99 rupees. And then we have, say, as, or say moving it to as like the previous as Windows, and then Mac also. So Mac is available in the inventory as, say, instead of moving, putting as Windows 10. And in the inventory, say we have Mac, and then Mac is available only 5, and the cost of Mac is 199. So 199. And then we have one more thing, which is iPhone. And in the in the inventory we have 20 iPhones, and the cost is 500. So simply we have created our data, but we have to create the promises. So let me put this data and then save it. So we have to create the promises, and creating promises a constant, so it will check the inventory. So check inventory, which is of, it will take one parameter as order, and then using ES6 version of the function, so it will like return new promise. And then inside the promise we have resolve or reject. So resolve comma reject, and then passing it to the ES6 version, and then putting a set timeout function. Then set timeout function will take nothing as an input, and then we have to move as const, say I'm describing as item array. So item array as order dot item. So order dot item, so which is nothing but our order, and then inside the order we have item. So let it put as order dot items, and then we have let in stock equal to item array dot every. It's simply the previous, we have, say, item, and then like check in the store itself whether the store has that item. So we have items, not item, only item, and then inside the item we have 0. Okay, so one braces is like, so we don't need this braces, and this also dot inventory, control z, we have over here dot inventory, and then it will check whether it should be like greater than equal to the item of 1, and if it's in stock, so let put this thing over here as if in stock it will like return as let total, say our initial amount is 0, and then we have item array dot for each loop we are using. Okay, not this one. We simply use for each loop. So for each loop over here, and then we have some like iterating through the items and then passing it as a function, and then putting as total value should be like it should be added by item. So item of initial and then multiplied by the store, then item of 0. So sorry, this thing is store, then item of 0, and then which is cost is there. So that's how, and then it will put in the console. So console dot log over here, as I am using interpolation, so all of the or okay, using control Z. So I'm putting total cost of item. See, I'm using interpolation over here, which is total, and then we also have to put the promises in the resolve. So I'm putting as resolve over here only like if block I'm passing, and then we have to make that resolve statement over here also. So only if I'm passing over here, and then moving to a resolve statement, and then we have order over here, and then total value, then passing it over here also, and then I'm moving towards this block. So we have our else is completed, so we are moving towards our else block. Okay, not this part. So let me like is this out. So after this thing we have like resolve, and then calling the resolve and passing the order and the total amount as in the resolve. So our if part is completed, then we have to move to our else part. So inside the else and put white space for your understanding. So inside the else part we have reject method, and then simply like it will invoke the order is not completed, there is not completed, or say like product that is not available anymore, or product is sold out. So sold out, and then we have to pass this as a random delay. So generate random delay is a function which will like produce some kind of delay whatever you want to delay. So I'm putting as generate, or you can pass the delay of 2000, and also instead of using this 2000 you can use as generate. We have random delay, so it will produce the delay on the behalf of the condition whatever you have provided. So our this method is completed, and then like we have to move towards another method, which is I'm like putting as payment processing. So we have process payment, and then we have say response array, then passing the response array over here, and then prescribing a constant order equal to response array of say 0, and then constant total of response array of. If you want to know like where I'm like getting this from, so you can get this from over here. Say like I'm passing this condition in the array where it will check and like pass this thing over here. We'll show you like how we are passing this thing. So in this we have to return new promise, as we have resolve or reject. So we have resolve or reject, and then resolve or reject based on the condition. We have to proceed with our output as set timeout function. So I'm setting timeout function as like delay of, I'm describing it as like, say we have like if the person is having a gift card, so let, and then head like, or checking whether like it has like enough money. So it has enough money in the orders, and then we have order dot say it will like have some kind of gift card balance as is greater than or equal to total. So I'm gonna like subtract this thing, and then moving to the conditions. So if then had enough money has this thing, so let me put it as console.log, and then put it as payment process with gift card, or like we can generate like I'm generating a random number as tracking, say number as generate tracking number. So I'm using tracking number. One more method will define like later, and then we are putting as the resolve condition, and then passing the order over here as the order and the tracking number. So tracking number here I'm passing, and then in moving toward the else block, and we have reject, say like gift card balance is insufficient, so gift card balance is insufficient, and then we can also like generate a random delay. So I'm like putting also like here the delay as say I will put the delay as say like 2000 is okay for the delay. and then we are creating a shipping order. So this is our checking stock. For checking stocks value, checking stock item, and this is for our payment, and we have to ship our order. So we have this function is for shipping, then describing as a constant ship order equal to, then we have response array. So we have response array, then passing it the condition I'm describing a constant order as response array, and then taking the first element and then taking a constant and then tracking king number as response array, and then putting that another thing and return new promise over here as, say, we have resolve or reject function, and then using the ES6 arrow operator and then passing as resolve as the order is being shipped with the tracking number. So I'm using interpolation over here. The order is shipped with tracking number, and use the sign of interpolation and then passing the tracking number. And okay, in the payment, like I have passed some kind of tracking number. Okay, generate tracking number method is there. Okay, we'll like pass it on and like generate some number, and then like delaying like 2000 or say 3000 delay, and then after that we have one more thing which need to be passed after like the tracking number is generated. Okay, so here like it will pass this thing, and that resolve function is there. Okay, so it has to be called inside that return new promise. Okay, that set timeout function we haven't described. Mind bad. And then we have to describe this thing. So let me put it as over here. Okay, so control Z. And then putting as we have to put set timeout function, and then inside the function which has no input parameter, and then we have to put the resolve, and then inside the resolve we have to put the order is shipped. I'm using interpolation over here. The order is shipped with tracking number as dollar, and then we have tracking number. Okay, so this thing is completed, and then I'm proceeding with the delay of 3000. Save it using Control S, and then for generating a numbers, and creating as one function which is generate tracking number, as it will accept no input parameter, and it will return that math dot floor, and then we can also put any random number which is math dot random number, then multiplied by whatever you want to take, how much digit number. Say I want like 6-digit numbers, so I'm multiplying by 6-digit, and then we have tracking number is generated, and say, or we can use to generate a random delay. So I'm putting as a generate random delay over here, then copying it using Control C. Instead of this thing, I'm putting as a generate random delay, so save it. And also here, instead of hard coding, I'm putting as generate random delay. In this manner, they will generate a random delay and generate a random delay. Okay, that check stop has a random delay, or like our payment. Okay, that payment also need to be a random delay function, so save it. And then shipping also have a random delay function. So let me describe that function as, say, generate random delay. It will also take nothing, but it will like retain, and then math dot floor, passing that math dot random, and then I want a delete with a multiple of 1000, so I'm multiplying it by 1000, and then we are importing or exporting module using module dot exports. Say I'm exporting as check inventory or proceed payment or shipping order, and then closing it, saving it using Control S, and then moving towards. So let me explain one more time. This is our data function. This is our data which is from DB. So now we are done proceeding with DB. That's why I hard coded this value. So this is for checking stock, and this is for making payment, and this is for shipping the order, whether the order is shipped or not. Then we have to move towards our main.js. So I'm like putting it as a const, and then importing as check inventory or proceed payment. Okay, let me like copy this thing. Okay, now it's okay. Then yeah, save it. Then we have proceed. Okay, let me like copy this thing using Control C and then paste it down here. Or we have shipping order. Okay, shipping order, I also need to copy ship order, and then say like I'm putting as constant, so my order is, and then I'm ordering the item as, say I want like, say Mac as one piece, and then iPhone. So let me check how I describe the iPhone. Okay, then iPhone as 2 piece, and then I have a gift card, have a like gift card. Okay, let me copy this from Control F, and then gift card. Okay, from here I pass, and then gift card balance, so say Control C, and say I have a gift card which is my like, in easier word, which is my wallet. So I have say we have 900 rupees, or simply make it as a, say 2000, and then I'm passing it as a check inventory function, and then passing the order. Then I'm using dot then operator, then putting it as a resolve valued array. So resolved, say we have value array, then passing this as a like return, then process payment, then passing as a resolve value array. Then I'm using one more then function, which will simply have resolved array as an argument. So resolved value array as an argument, and then using the ES6 I'm returning to shipping. So after your order is confirmed, then we have to proceed with payment, and then we have to return with ship order. So shipping order, and then passing the resolved value array over here also. Then we have dot then method also. So after that you have success message over here, and then passing it to here, and then I'm returning the value over here as ship order, not here also. Like I'm simply putting the value of console.log over here, which is our success message. So success message, and then we have one more dot then, which is our failure message. So I'm putting the failure message as error message. Then I'm printing that console.log over here, then error message. So save it using Control S. So let me move toward the CMD. So clear using CLS and try to run using node main.js. Okay, then okay, we haven't put the required statement, so not full. Okay, then check inventory equal to not return, we have require, then requiring from where we have library.js. So save it using Control S, then clear CLS, try to run using main using node main.js, try to run it. Okay, let item.every. Okay, they are showing that like it in stock, and then like item array. Okay, let me check. We have where in the like first, and then line number 20. So we have items. Okay, then we have item, and then we are moving to a new promises, and then putting as item array, and then passing as items, not item. So let me check like what are the false, and then it's showing like it has some value of item array, and then show every is undefined, cannot read property of every. So we have item array, and then order dot item, and here what we have described item. Okay, so here we have to make instead of item as item. Save it, here also save it, try to run. Okay, see. Okay, why it's giving an undefined, the order is shipped. Okay, let me check why this thing is getting undefined, because the order is shipped with the trace value, but it doesn't show like the success error. Then we have a error message, and then we have, okay, let it put as something as say 500. Save it, try to run this. It will also like return undefined. Okay, that handle promise gift voucher. Okay. then return. Okay, that success message is not working. Why? Because on then it will not returning anything. So let me show you how it's working. So put it as Z, save it. So firstly we are taking order from the customer and then moving towards check inventory function, which is our this function check inventory. So this function will take the item, so it will take the item from the passing array from order dot item and then passing to a iterator or the loop which we have created. So it will check whether this thing is present on and is present. Based on the cost it will calculate the cost, and if not it will like produce a result or what. After that we are passing to as process payment, and then it will go to here. It will like say whether like gift card has the value which is greater than your current cart value, and if it's not present then it will give me an error. See over here you have gift card balance is insufficient. Then after that if it is sufficient it will like proceed with the shipping order, and see if we have shipping order it will like pass to here. So that's how we have created. So let me show you how it's working, and then please click on like node. We have main.js. So simply it will check total item for this price, and will show you like it's not hard coded. If I change the value of max so 2 to 5, then save it, try to run, it will give me a value based on the conditions. See, so that's how we are using that consistently loop or chaining multiple promises. So here you have see we have chaining one promises to another, and then we have from this promises we are passing this. So that's how this is working, and put it as control C and put it as a clear. So that not, so save it, putting as a control Z, so save it. So that's how that multiple chaining will work. So we have one more thing which is avoiding common mistakes. So promises composition allow for more readable code than the nested callback syntax that proceeded. However, it is an easy to make mistake in the exercise. We have just simply made that using dot then and this loop. So we have in this, we are just simply like breaking this code. We have invoked the resolve or the proceed payment which will return a promises, and then I'm passing to as the proceed payment inside the success handler. We are simply passing that resolve array to the shipping error. So that's how we are invoking the second error with the first then array. We have forgotten to return the promises. So sometimes if you forgot to return the promises na, see over here, so that's why it will returning undefined. Why? Because we are not using the callback function. So instead of that we can just simply use the logic statement instead of returning promises. So if I like put in this manner and escape this and save this, it will work. And say node we have main.js and it will work. Okay, that item cost. Okay, then it's a not current defector. Okay, then resolve array, and then inside, okay, we have to do that simple calculation. Okay, okay, so that's how it will work. It will let me like comment out this and creating one more as check inventory and then passing the order, then putting dot then method over here as we have resolve value array and then passing it to the function of, say we have process payment, and then passing as a resolve array over here, and then inside that I'm using another then operator, and on that I'm passing as a resolved array, then so forth and so forth. So we have shipping order which contain resolved value array, and on that I'm passing to dot then operator. So that's how we are chaining this thing. Say success message, then passing it to as console dot log over here, which is our success message. So save it using controller. So you can simply identify how we are passing. Here we are passing with the help of like if one then promises after particular index. Here we are passing that all the promises inside one. So we are like avoiding that common mistakes from passing that in the loop order or in the simple order. Here we are using the ladder case order, so that's how our correct order will look like. And say like I have to clear the console and let me run you, it will work. Okay, see, it's working. The order of tracking number is successful. See? So that's how you can use dot then operator, or you can pass that multiple promises from one to another. And then like let me move. So we have one more thing over here which is promise, say promise dot all method. So we done correctly that promise composition is a greater way of handling situation where async operation, which is asynchronous operation, depend on each other for a execution in other matter, but we don't care about that order. For us, considering our product need to be delivered, and this whole thing will come in the background and we won't want that to complete it. So what we use, we can use that promise dot all function. So how we can use that promise dot all function? So we have to like look to one more example, and let me like use or clear the library. And okay, clearing the console also using CLS, save it. So here we are using that promise dot all function. So I'm also cleaning the library and then saving it. So here we are creating one function using const, and then we check availability. We'll check whether the item is present or not. So we have check availability. So I'm putting as availability as it will take to as a parameter item name, or it will change as distribution name. So distribution name, and then I'm using the ES6 operator for the function, then putting as console.log over here, which is checking availability of, say okay, I have to use the sign of interpolation over here to like, or we can also use the older case pattern which is plus and then assigning the value, but I like that interpolation, so that's why I'm using it. which is our item name at the center, which is our distribution name, then some basic sign of passing, and then we are returning new promise as resolve or reject, and then I'm passing a set timeout function. So after particular time it will like call that timeout function if something is not happening good, or something like the database is not ready or the server is not responding. In this way we are catching up with the help of set timeout method. So we have resolve success is there, and then I'm calling this method, and then resolve success I will like show you a bit down, and putting console.log over here, which will say I'm using as dollar the sign of item name, say are available at the distribution name. So distribution name, or we can call as resolve or item name. So item name, and okay, item name, and also we are putting that else part over here, save it, and then reject sign of interpolation. So using the item, say dollar, and then item name is not available at the distribution name. So save it using Control S, and then after a particular day I'm providing the delay of 1000. You can provide the delay whatever you want to delay, or I'm exporting this module using module dot exports equal to, then not module dot export, we have to use that. For if I use module dot export, then we have to put that package.json over here, like we are simply okay, like no, we are have to use package.json in the, like if we are using that import or export. Okay, so which is check availability, then save it. And one more thing which we have called the function to resolve success, which we have described it above. See over here we have described. So it will return a number. So math dot random, and say if the number is greater than 0.2, so it will return a number if it's greater than 0.2, and then we have to use and save it. In the main.js I am importing this file using const, and then importing what the name of that, it is check availability. So we have check availability over here, and to require as we have library.js, or you can simply write down library, but it's better if you are putting with some kind of particular notation. So I'm using as const, and then on fulfill it will check the item, which is item array, and then passing or putting this console.log over here, which help of interpolation. So item, then check, and then the dollar, which is item array. You can put console.log over here, so every item is available, and put a comment, every item is available. Save it using Control S, and you can also put as const on reject and passing that reject reason, and then passing that array over here and printing using console.log the reason why it's failed. So reason, I know it's like REA. Okay, then copying it using Control C and then paste it down. Instead of console, it's const, and after that we are putting as const, which is check, say MacBook or Windows, equal to check availability of, say, Windows, and then add, say, whatever, like as Chroma, or simple here is const, then check Mac is check availability of Mac, comma Chroma, and then passing is const, then check, say it will like simply check the bag, or say we have checked iPhone as check availability of iPhone at Chroma. Save it using Control S and then go to the library, just produce a result. So I'm putting it as, so it will check from the distribution center and remove the success timeout, and if that reject function, okay, or we simply don't need the data over here, then check. So here we are using that promise.all function, so promise.all, then passing the array of check Windows, comma check Mac, comma check iPhone, and then passing on, then pass on fulfill, or on catch, it will reject on reject, then save it, try to run using node main.js. Say Windows is available and then iPhone is not available. If you like run this one more time, it will show another result. So main.js, see why? Because it's checking with this random number generator if that number produces another result at a time. If the number is greater than zero point 0.2, then it will produce, say, window are available at comma, Mac is available, then iPhone is not available at comma. Why? Because it at that time that mat.random will not generate a value which is greater than 0.2. So that's why that iPhone is not available over here. So promises.all, what it will do, it will just put the promises over that. It will gonna return the value, either it will be succeeded or it will be rejected based on the condition we have passed. So I will show you one more time. So here you can check, in this time window is not available, but the Mac is available and the iPhone is available. So why it's happening? It's because of the random generator library will produce a random generator. If this thing is greater than 0.2, then we are passing this thing, just hard coded this value, and then we are returning on the based on the that they are maintaining or fulfilling the promises. So promise.all, where we use that in the code where we are familiar that we don't want that promises to complete in sequential order, but I want only the data to be completed. So in that case scenario we use promise.all function. So that's it for this video. We have learned about that promises, and then like promises, how to convert that pending promises to fulfilled and pending to reject. So that's it for this video. If you want to learn more about promises, I have put a link in the description below. You can go and check out that notes I have provided in my GitHub account. So thanks for watching this video. We'll see you in the next video.